lodge in the woods, and he was kind enough to let us stay here last night. And it just occurred to me I should really film this before we leave.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
It's amazing. He's done a superb job. And those of you that are regular viewers of mine from some time ago will actually remember me filming some of my videos here around about, I think, probably a good longer than that.
It was 4 years ago in August. There was a particular waffle of your van parked up, and you've got Shaw Electric and access to this beautiful den. He has got so much land that you can park your van or camper, motorhome, or even a car, and it's fully secure and constantly being watched by everyone here, and it's really secure facility.
Yeah, we've left Mary, and we've come back.
And we've just had a perfect time, haven't we, knowing that it was safe and secure.
Yeah, it is a very secure yard, and he's also got barns as well, because it is actually a farm.
Yeah.
So there are huge barns where you can keep your campers and your motorhomes, and people do actually store their motorhomes there full time.
Yeah.
And they just take them when they would need them, at the weekends or whatever. But anyway, the real nice thing about this is so unique, even though it's really rural. Let me spin the camera around, I'll show you. You can see it's a real rural location, but if I step out the van, you can actually see Canary Wharf from here. And at night, the view is amazing. Let's take a look at this. So this is the lodge. More about that in a minute. Let me just show you the view from the lodge. You should be able to just about see, way over in the distance there, that is actually Canary Wharf. And believe it or not, I used to do deliveries there when I was a lorry driver. But we won't talk about that. That was a long time ago. Look at this place. It is incredible. So this is Giles's lodge round. This is obviously the bar area. And the lodge itself is actually upstairs where we stayed. There we go. Like I say, this is all brand new as well. It's like he's only just had it built. So a quick walk around here. I'd love to put the drone up, but it's a little bit windy at the moment. Yeah, what an amazing spot. So if you're interested in coming here to Giles's farm, we'll put a link in the description of this video, purely for your convenience, of course. Do check it out. Check out his website. You can have events here.
Yeah, weddings, parties, birthdays. They've even got some bouncy castles around the corner.
And we're actually thinking of maybe next summer we'll have a van meet. We'll arrange to meet everyone here.
Yes, have a party.
But we'll let's get out the wind.
Wouldn't that be a great place to meet and get together? We've got a fire pit, we've got a barbecue, somewhere sheltered, and I even love the fact that there is the outdoor light, the landscape of London.
Landscape of London.
Yeah.
I like that.
You can have a fun time on the bouncy castle
They're
as
all
well.
up and run. Do you want to go?
Yeah. Yeah. So we're just going to show you around the lodge while we're here. Come with us.
So did you enjoy your night here?
It was so peaceful. It's absolutely nature here. You've got panoramic views. You feel like you're in the middle of the woods, and yet perfect. So if you're thinking about either going away on a trip...
I had to pick some fucking lunatic up from a fucking airport last night. I had to go sleep. See you later.
See you later.
Bye.
That's John, everyone. He's an absolute legend. He picked us up last night from the airport, and the plane was an hour late. So yeah, no wonder he's stood there yawning. See you later, yeah. Right, let's go get some food because I'm starving.
Yeah, it's 6:30, which means it's 8:30 for us. Yeah.
6:30 already. Well, we've made it back here to the amazing Cotswolds, and here we are now at Rebecca's parents' house.
Yes.
Well, their spare house, although no, it sounds a bit, not their spare house, it's a house they brought to rent out, and they're in between lettings, so luckily for us we can actually stay here in Rebecca's parents'
Add-on.
retirement home, I guess you could call it. It's what they've been planning on retiring here. So as soon as we've had breakfast, I'll be heading off down to the lock-up to try and make a start on sorting things out and trying to get some kind of normality again.
Yeah, and a plan.
A plan, yeah, we need to work out a plan, what we're actually going to do with the lock-up.
Yeah.
I need to sort out power and all that sort of good stuff. But yeah,
Some organisation.
one thing before we go, what was your favourite part of the holiday?
The dive, number 1. Number 2 was swimming in the ocean and snorkeling with Mel. And number 3 was something else that Mel and I got up to, which we can't disclose online.
And on that note, I'm going to pop down to the lock-up. I'll see you when I get there. So if you are new here, let me just quickly fill you in what's been going on. Now, I was building my Mercedes Vario in a huge workshop. I had over 1,000 square foot to play with, but recently, due to a little upset, I've had to move out into my lock-up. My lock-up is literally around about, I'm guessing, about 50 square feet. But it's okay because my lock-up actually faces out onto this huge car park. So I've got plenty of room out there to work on my Vario. That's my Sprinter parked outside right now, and I've come down here today to pick up some tools because my Vario is actually parked and currently it's not roadworthy. It actually failed its MOT, but I did book it in for an MOT so that I could drive it from the workshop to, as long as the vehicle is booked in for an MOT, you can actually drive it on the road, as long as it's got insurance, of course. First thing I need to do really is to get the Vario roadworthy so that I can actually bring it here and work on it outside my lockup. But here lies another problem. This is literally just a lockup. It has no power. So I do need to try and organise some kind of power in my workshop, in the lockup, to turn it into a workshop. So this is what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking to myself, because my Mercedes Sprinter has got a huge power bank in there, it's a Bluetti AC200 Max with 2 expansion batteries. It's actually got a 2000 watt inverter built into that portable power station, if you like. So all I've got to do is plug an extension lead into my Sprinter, bring it into the lockup. My lockup then becomes a workshop. So all the time my Sprinter's parked outside, I've got no power issues at all, especially on a day like today because I've got 600 watts of solar on the roof. And yeah, that Bluetti AC200 Max has been an absolute game changer. It really is fantastic. I know I talk about them all the time on my channel, but Bluettis for me really are the best, especially the AC200 Max for a camper van, because not only has it got a 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter built into it, it's also got a very unique 12 volt 30 amp outlet which allows you to run everything 12 volt off your camper van and everything 240 volt as well. It really is an all-in-one unit, perfect for any camper van. And I'm so impressed with the AC200 Max, I've actually installed an AC300 in my Vario. And the main difference between the 200 and the 300 is the 300 has got a 3000 watt inverter and it can also be charged really quickly from mains. In fact, it can draw almost 3 kilowatts of power and it charges really quickly, my Vario. Now of course with everything there is a downside, and the downside with the AC300 is that I've only got one single battery for it and it's only got, I think, just over 3000 watt hours of power. So although it's a bigger unit, I've only got half the storage capacity of what I've got in the Sprinter. So when Bluetti got in touch with me and said to me they've brought out this brand spanking new battery, it's not a power pack, it's just a standalone battery, and they offered it to me to try out, I just had to say yes, didn't I? Perfect timing. I mean, Bluetti couldn't have timed it better for me anyway. So I want to say a heartfelt thank you to Bluetti for sending me that extra battery, which is going to allow me to turn my little tiny lockup into a workshop without having to rely on my Sprinter being here at the same time. After all, I can't really drive some tools, take them back to the Vario, get the Vario roadworthy, and also install that extra battery pack and try it out. So with that said, let's try and find where all my stuff is, because I put all this stuff in here about a fortnight ago. I can't remember where I put anything, I'll be honest. After all, I've been on holiday since. We had a little break, we had a week away, But now that break is over, it is time to get back to work. Right, first thing I need to do is find my jack. I used to use this jack when I was in the plastic moulding industry. We used to use it to move machines around. I've had this for probably the best part of 3 decades. I've owned this jack and it's done me well. Let's put that there. I'll have a couple of pry bars and I think that'll be it. This is not going to work like this. I need to organise this place. So the moment the Dragonfly is MOT'd, organising all this lot, it's definitely up there. Black gloves. Oh, I think that's it. I think I've got everything I need. Let's head back to Becky's. Now you're probably wondering, why don't I just work on the van on the driveway? Well, the fact of the matter is the driveway is on that's why I want to get the van roadworthy so I can actually drive it off of the driveway, take it down to the lockup, do the work I've got to do that day and then bring it back here at night. And if it wasn't for the fact that the driveway is on such a big slope, I would probably just work on it here. I think my biggest hurdle is going to be jacking it up and taking the back wheels off whilst it's on the drive. The last thing I want is for the van to roll forward and come off the jack. I think I'm going to go and need to get some wheel chocks, some like big heavy duty ones. I've got some small standard wheel chocks. Don't think they're going to be man enough for this. At least the door lock works. Holding the door open whilst we are on a bit of a slope. Oh, here we are. Here's the new battery that Bluetti have kindly sent me. We'll be trying that out later on. I'm really busting to get this out of the box. Let's get my tools out and then we'll have a look. Don't worry, they're really spanners. I'm literally just going to throw everything in here for now. Right, so that's that. I do actually need to move the van forward to put all this stuff in the boot, including the battery. I don't even know if it's going to start. It's been sat for a couple of weeks and I know I've got a dodgy battery on this. Hopefully I've got my battery chargers. Ah, yes, I've got my extension lead, I've got my battery chargers, got plenty of power in the Bluetti, so I can charge these batteries up, no problem. Well, it turns out I was absolutely right. My battery was flat, so I've plugged it in, I've got it on charge, and I've actually got it plugged into my Bluetti AC300. Luckily enough, it's been sunny the last fortnight, so it's actually up to 99%, so I've absolutely no doubt in my mind that the Bluetti will charge my batteries. Now, talking about Bluettis, here is the new B300K expansion battery that Bluetti sent me. It's the trouble with being on a slope, see, everything's rolling down. It is very similar in size to the B300 that I've got attached to my AC300. Try and keep up. I'll just turn the light on, you can see it down here. So there's the Bluetti B300 that I've got. and the AC300 sitting on top of it. Now originally I had absolutely no intention of expanding the battery banks in this van. I thought that will do me, just one battery with the AC300 sat on top, plenty of power for what I need, especially as I've got I think 800 watts of solar on the roof, and I've actually got room for another 400 watts, so 1200 watts of solar, plenty of power. But now, because I'm no longer at the barn and I want to use my Bluetti to power my lockup and turn my lockup into a workshop, I really think having the extra battery capacity in this van is going to be fantastic. So let's take a quick look at this. Actually, I've not even turned it on yet. Oh, there we go. Now I've got to admit, I don't really know what the difference is between the B300K and the B300, so I'm just going to whip out my phone. For those of you that are interested, let's have a quick look and see what the difference is. The B300K expansion battery pack features an innovative wireless internal design that reduces the risk of internal failure. It also optimises space efficiency, making the product more compact and more portable. Don't really know if it's that portable. It weighs nearly 30 kilos. Honestly, I'll bust a ball getting it up there. It's got a built-in USB charging port. Yep, we saw that. It's like having a massive power bank with USB port ready for those just-in-case moments. You're right. So there you go. It is basically just a battery that I'm going to plug into this head unit. And by the way, these are like 600 quid for these at the moment on Bluetti's website. I checked this morning, and so for 600 quid you get everything you need. Inside that box there is 2 MPPT charge controllers to the mains to charge it at 3 kilowatts. I mean, it charges really quick. You could probably charge this in under an hour from flat. And also, because I've got a special lead, I can actually plug this into an EV charging port. And I do believe a standard EV charging port puts out 3 kilowatts. So it's just like charging an EV. Absolutely amazing. And all for 600 quid. Come on, you can't go wrong for that. You could not build this if you were to buy all the parts separately to get that sort of capacity. So all you need is one of these head units, the AC300, one of these batteries. That is it. That's all you need for your camper van. Remember, this has actually got as well a 12 volt 30 amp outlet, just like the Bluetti AC200. I'm actually beginning to think this is probably better than the AC200 Max. Just get yourself one of these head units, one of these batteries, you're good to go for any van. Now unfortunately I can't tell you the price of the battery because they're not actually available yet on Bluetti's website. They're brand spanking new and they will be released around about the 25th of September. At the time of recording it is the 18th of September. So hopefully by the time this video goes out these will be on Bluetti's website. So what I'll do, I'll leave a link in the description of this video purely for your convenience if you are interested in looking into getting a setup similar to this. Click that link, take a look, make up your own mind whether or not having a Bluetti as opposed to a traditional van system with all the separate components, having to work out all the different gauges of wire and all so on and so forth, all the fusing sizes, save yourself all the aggro. Just get a Bluetti AC300 with an expansion battery. That's all you need. It is simple. And by the way, Bluetti are not paying me to make this video. This is not a paid promotion, although they did give me this to try out for free. I'm just a big fan of Bluetti. I really am. Makes perfect sense, and I've met quite a few people over the last couple of years that have got the AC200 Max in their camper van because they've watched my video. Not one of them have complained. In fact, every single person that I've met that have got what Bluetti in their van has actually thanked me for recommending it to them. So that's why I don't hesitate to actually recommend one of these. So if all that's said and done, all that's left for me to do is actually fit this, and I'm going to install this down the side here underneath my bed. It's going to be really easy because the head unit's there. All I've got to do is basically put it down there and plug it in, and then we'll be good to go. But before I do that, I actually need to move the van forward because I can't open the back doors because the back doors are up against the brick wall. So now let's try and see if my Vario will start. I've got to just find the keys. Just one other thing I thought it might be worth a mention. The other great thing about these Bluettis is that now that my battery's finished charging, so there's no more power being drawn from the Bluetti, it's actually switched the AC off. So then the AC's turned off, the DC's turned off, and in no time at all we're back to 100%. Literally, it only went down to about 98% all the time the car battery, the van battery was charging. I just thought I'd mention that. I won't go on about him anymore. I'm honest, I won't. I'm just a big fan of Bluetti, that's all. Right, let's get this disconnected. We are charged up, so let's take that off. Plug this back on. Oh yeah, hear that spark? That's a nice spark. Get that back in there like that. That's it. Let's crank her up. Where's my keys? So she should fire up now. Now she's been stood obviously for a fortnight, not been used, so that's probably why the batteries went flat. Although saying that, I do think I'll need to get some new batteries for this. It's not the first time they've gone flat. Put my clutch in. Right, let's fire up the beast. Well, I've just realised I've made a little bit of a mistake. Yeah, I've made a mistake. Look at this. So here is the back of the Bluetti. Let's move it out of the way. Or the side of the Bluetti. And as you can see, the Bluetti is the other side of this bulkhead. I made holes in the bulkhead for the cable to go through. So this cable comes from the head unit of the Bluetti, the AC300, into the B300 battery. Below this, or above it, there was also another port for an extra cable. Well, I didn't drill a hole in the bulkhead to accommodate an extra cable because, like I said earlier, I had no plans in actually fitting an expansion battery. So now I want to actually fit an expansion battery. I need to take the Bluetti out so I can drill another hole in my bulkhead to fit said battery. Bugger. What a ball ache. Right, hopefully I didn't glue this down. This part is screwed in, the bit this sits on is screwed in. But did I remember not to actually glue this bit down? Because if I've glued it down, I'm screwed, basically. That should come off of there quite easily. I should put it down now. I think I've screwed it, but because I'm such a, I cut things so precisely, it's a proper wedge fit. Yes. There you go. Well, I wasn't really planning on stripping my van down today. I was actually planning on building it. There you go, it is what it is. Let's see if we can switch this off. I've got a funny feeling I can't actually switch this off because the sun is shining and all the time there's power going into it, it won't turn off. So I need to unplug the solar panels. Now, switch off, oh there you go. It's off, right. That's the solar panels unplugged. This is the mains adapter. I'll put that flux test in there. Now when I put this in, none of this was on top of here, so it might be a bit more difficult to take out than it was to actually put in. Hopefully not too difficult. There we go, gotcha. So there we are, this is the actual head unit, and that's the other plug I need to get to. So what I'm going to do is simply drill a hole to accommodate this second plug. Sawdusty. What a plonker. Well, I've cocked that right up. Oh, I can't believe I've done that. Now, because I haven't actually finished building underneath here yet, I'm actually going to put a shelf across the top of this water tank. And once I put the shelf across the water tank, then that expansion battery can actually sit on top of that shelf. So for now, I'm simply going to put the expansion battery on top of my bed. Should have, oh, it's on the side. Yeah. The plugs aren't upright, they're on the side. It's different. Plug it in. Switch it on. We're on. Oh, there's an alarm. Why's the alarm going off? Let's switch this one on as well. Oh, it's turned itself off now. So there we go, we've got this battery on. We've got that one plugged in as well. We're at 85% because this one was only at 80%. So if we click on now, there you go, state of charge 100%, that's the bottom battery. State of charge 71%. Battery online. There you go, they're working side by side. Fantastic. Right. So that's my extra battery fitted. Kinda. It can sit there. I will actually strap this down. I'll put a strap around that to make sure it doesn't move whilst I'm driving about. But now this battery's fitted, I'm going to have loads of power in this van, more than enough power to carry on building out my camper van. Right, so all that's left for me to do now is put my van back together. After all, I've actually taken it all apart. Right, I'm going to put all this back together now. Hopefully this still fits. Oh, yes. Thank goodness for that. Got to say, I'm absolutely shattered. I've only just got back from holiday, but there you go. That's my first day back. I think what I'll do, I'll save doing the brakes for another day. I'm going to call this day quits. Now, if you are interested in any Bluetti products, I will leave a link in the description of this video purely for your convenience. I do hope you found this video mildly entertaining, slightly informative. If you did, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra for now. Whew. The slope's not too bad like this actually. Alright.